Barcelona put on a unmeasurable, a fantastic clinic of goal scoring once again. They absolutely demolish Roma 6-1. It could have been 7-2, 8-3. I mean, the scoreline was comical at times, how easy it could have been. Both teams missed a penalty kick, which could have took the scoreline further. But Lionel Messi comes back into the team, and boy, what a joy it was to watch. It was frighteningly good. Barcelona moving the ball as if Roma were not even there. Suarez opened the scoring, but then moving on to the second goal. Probably one of the best goals I've seen in Champions League play. And yes, we don't have the highlights here, but you can absolutely go into the description below. We'll put the goals in there, but I will talk you through just how well they move the ball. So Messi gets the ball from Neymar, back into Neymar, back to Messi, then into Suarez, then a 1-2 with him, into Messi, in behind. Keeper comes out, dinks it over the keeper. Dani Alves does a great job of either miskicking it, I'm not sure, or ushering the defender away so that he can just be like, all right, let this goal go in. Even if the defender was getting there, he should have just been like, all right, I'll let this go in, because this is too good of a goal to stop. It was their movement, their ability to find those gaps, their ability to work with each other is second to none. They're by far the most frightening team in the world at the moment. And I know only a couple of weeks ago I stated that Bayern Munich, for me, were the best team. And then I see Barcelona against Real Madrid. And now I see them against a tough opponent in Roma. And they just make them look very below average. They just make these teams look very silly. They find, obviously, they know every inch of that grass from their own half into the opposition's, because they just, it's a fortress to them. They can find any ounce of space that they want to. They just combine well together. And with Messi in there, I thought that it might take away from the possession, like going to Neymar and Suarez, but of course Suarez still thriving, 2 goals. His volley, first-time volley, was another spectacular goal, as I mentioned. They just put on a clinic of how to score goals, one-touch passing, how to finish beautifully, how to utilise each of their individual quality. Magnificent. Neymar didn't get on the score sheet. He should have. I don't know what this little short run-up for his penalty was, but the keeper saved it easily before Adriano would put it into the back of the net. But as I was mentioning before, the possession was still shared equally, I thought. Of course, Messi was on the ball a lot. Coming back from injury, he was hungry to get on the ball. He was hungry to find his space in behind, and he could have had 3 or 4. He did get 2 goals. Another one which utilised each of their players again. Neymar gets it wide, a beautiful first touch into Suarez. Suarez, first time shot pass, not sure exactly what it was, but then Messi's coming across and he catches it. The keeper saves it and it falls to him and he puts it into the back of the net. So overall, obviously plus marks full round for Barcelona. They show little signs of weakness at the back. They give away a penalty kick. Ter Stegen makes a great save, but then Dzeko would not be denied that consolation goal. And I tweeted out, okay, what was it, last goal, the winner then? Roma wins the game, 6-1. They scored in the very last kick of the ball. The ball played into the back post and Dzeko heads it into the back of the net. But I've got a couple of stats here. I don't want to just bore you with the recap. There's some things that have to be said about this team as a whole. 120 goals from Neymar, Messi and Suarez at the moment in 2005 and counting. Still some weeks left, still more games to add up to that tally, but that is astounding for those 3 players. 3 of the best combined footballers playing under arguably one of the best teams in the world at the moment, and they're going to leave a legacy. They're going to leave something that people are going to look back on. I can look back on in years to come and say, I watched these guys week in and week out, because there has never been 3 footballers of this stature in their prime playing together on the same team. And I know some people will throw in there Henry, Eto'o, Ronaldinho, or they'll throw in Zidane, Ronaldo, and whoever else was partnering them in there. I understand there might be some that I'm missing in there, but when you get not just, I guess I can rephrase it to 3 attacking players who are playing as a front 3 together. Like, it's unfair to mark them because you don't know which one to mark, who to double up on, because you might leave that other one isolated. You can only play 11 versus 11. That's what I tweeted out, saying you should either add a specific rule to Barcelona. There should be rules that, okay, each of them have to touch the ball once with both feet, which they can and nearly do anyway, or you can bring on an extra player to try and mark them, because it's almost unfair watching this. And of course, you get some players on the score sheet, Pique on the score sheet there, and Adriano, 2 unlikely scorers, but it looks like they found a way to share the wealth a little bit. Neymar, of course, will probably go home feeling a little left out of the crew because Suarez get 2 and Messi get 2. I'm sure he'll make up for it in the next game. I don't think there's anything worrying there that he didn't score, because he easily could have. But overall, Barcelona just looked frightening. Like, that's the only way to describe it. And of course, that wasn't the only game going on in the Champions League, and it didn't mean as much as some of the other games, but I'm going to watch when Messi comes back. That's naturally just what I want to do as a football fan. I was flicking between that and Arsenal's game, and to transition over to that, a great result for the Gunners. I tweeted that out as well because they had to win emphatically to show their fans that they were bouncing back from a poor game against West Brom. Ozil on the score sheet from a great ball from Alexis Sanchez. Then Sanchez would end up going from provider to goal scorer, grabbing 2 goals there. A comfortable 3-0 win, and it sets up a mouth-watering final game in Greece. The goal difference is in Arsenal's favour, but not with the head-to-head, obviously. So they need to win this game. It will be... everyone's eyes will be on this because Arsenal, I think with the squad they have this year, of course that was a poor result against West Brom, but I still think they look stronger now than they have done in several years, and they could make a good run at the Champions League, I think, if they were really to get their act together. Not saying they would go anywhere near maybe the semi-final or the final. I think that's looking a little bit too far ahead. Another thing that I said was maybe just put Bayern Munich and Barcelona in the final right now, because both of them, I think, are definitely just 1, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of everyone else, I think, in the Champions League at the moment. That may be a little early to say. We've seen Bayern Munich peak many a times in the Champions League and then lose to another opponent, but I would love to see them play Barcelona in this year's final, already stating that if they can keep all their players fit. I think from a footballing perspective, it should be one of the most watched games in the world because it will just be 2 fantastic footballing teams playing against each other. So sticking with that group, Bayern Munich with a comfortable 4-0 win over Olympiacos. The usual suspects in there scoring. Lewandowski on the score sheet, keeping up his fine run of form. So they qualify as the league leaders in that group, and also Barcelona qualify as leading their group as well. So those are 2 of the bigger teams that are moving into the round of 16. Coming back to London, this time to the team from London, should I say, Chelsea. A crucial win for them over Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now they only need a point from the remaining game at Stamford Bridge against obviously it'll be such a nostalgic game for Jose Mourinho, looking to claw back the season that seemed to have been drifting away from him against his former squad, Porto, who need a win to secure their movement into the round of 16, because a great victory there for Dynamo Kiev, who defeated Porto, 2-0 victory for them, unexpected some may say, and now Porto need a victory at Stamford Bridge to basically secure their position in the round of 16. But overall, a fantastic day for the Champions League football as a whole. You get 4-0 victories, you get 3-0 victories, you get 6-1 victories, goals galore. Not a good day for teams that are going out, and as it stands from today, Dinamo Zagreb out, Lyon out, Maccabi Tel Aviv also out of this competition. So if you're watching this as a fan of football, I'm sure you are the ultimate winner, because Barcelona once more proven that they are just a force to be reckoned with in this competition. And yes, I couldn't help but watch their game predominantly more than anyone else, because I am only one person, can't split my eyes. I did say this before, I wish I could have many on different screens, but when you've got Lionel Messi coming back into the team, you want to see how he'll fit back in. And the answer was right there, 2 goals, easy victory for Barcelona. We want to know what you guys think. What did you think of the goals that were on show? Were they a spectacle to behold? As I said, I stated that they put on a clinic. We want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the section below, and as always, come back and subscribe to TYT Sports.